Yo, what's up, guys? Laywater here. I just want to crank this out really quick. I'm in the middle of my paladin theory crafting, but somehow I made a massive mistake, which is insane. Because it probably added like 5 hours of work that I did on monk. If I had just not made the mistake, then anyways, the mistake was I thought that enveloping breath was only on Yulan. So every single time I kept talking about Yulan. Turns out it's on both Yulan and Chi-Ji. And if that's the case, then Chi-Ji is just a winner for the melee build. You'll still run Yulan for the range build, I think. Although you could probably still run Chi-Ji and it would be okay. If you wanted to go more of like a slower style. So there's all these builds sort of forming now, right? So there's kind of caster build with Yulan where you're all about it and you just blow your load during that moment with the legendary. There's caster build Chi-Ji where you're like more conservative, so your Chi-Ji cooldown's a little bit more like normal and not too insane and you don't waste all that mana. And then I guess you'd use all that extra mana on like, I don't know, Soothing Misting or something. That would be kind of like for a longer fight playstyle. Okay, but I'm not really caring too much about the caster build because the caster build is like dog shit compared to how OP the Rising Mist build is at this point. Now that I know that the Chi-Ji works with enveloping breath, oh man, this is insane. It means that like the Rising Mist build is just like 25%, 30% stronger than the caster build now, so they're like not even close. Also, this buffs Mistweaver in my opinion. Now that I know this, they probably just got like another 5-10% stronger, so I think they're the best healer so far. I think that is definitive now, and because the cooldown isn't as strong, but it can still be strong if they want. So they can choose to make the cooldown super strong, or they can just not. It's like got that flexibility. I think they're like all around the best healer so far if they're crafted, which is insane. I think the efficiency that by the way, if you're going Rising Mist, you take Chi-Ji and you take Tear of Morning. That's it. There's no like alternate playstyles really anymore. You could still use the other legendary if you wanted. But man, you'd be missing out on so much HPS. Like the Tear of Morning is just so insane. So yeah, I just wanted to make a quick video, guys. You know, I fucked up. I tried to update as much of it in the guide as I can, but at this point I'm already moving on the Holy Paladin and we're running out of time. I mean, I guess that's what happens, you know, like I didn't mean to like rush all the theory crafting. I just wanted to wait till the changes were done. And I think my timing was good. Because we're still getting a bunch of changes, but I mean, it's a lose-lose, right? Either I start the theory crafting early and have to spend all of my time updating it and I feel like I just don't have a break before the game, or I only do it like 1 week before, which is what I chose to do, but it's like a week of hell, you know? It's like, which is pretty much what's going on. So yeah, I missed that, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know what to say. That's kind of a big whiff. I mean, it literally says right on the passive. You know, I just read the first part. I saw while active Yulan, and I forgot about the Chi-Ji. So yeah, enveloping breath, guys, is kind of like what's pushing the build in certain directions. And it's making a lot of decisions, you know, because it's so powerful. I don't know if it should be that powerful, but it's basically like you have two massive raid cooldowns, right, between that and revival. And revival shouldn't even really be in the same sentence because it's not even on the same like universe as your Chi-Ji or your Yulan cooldown's gonna be. So yeah, but all in all, I mean, it's a buff, right? Because we wanted to use Chi-Ji obviously, but we thought, and by we I mean me, I thought it wasn't going to proc that heal. And that heal is massive, like really insane. So here's the fun part. There's actually a decent amount of math that says you can kind of cast these EMs on anywhere from 1 to 3 stacks. So that's a decision you have to make in the moment. So when you're using your Chi-Ji, you know, yeah, you always want to cast at least 1 stack. So you always want to kick, right? let's see, it's when you blackout kick, a rising sun kick, or spinning crane kick. Yeah, so it's always going to be blackout kick or rising sun kick. You have to make the decision, right? Now, you're always still going to want a rising sun kick because of rising mist, no matter what. So that might mean that you kick twice in a row. That's fine. But you have to choose the stacks. Now, if you decide to only get one kick in and then cast an enveloping mist, then it's going to be higher HPS but lower efficiency. So if your raid really needs a lot of HPS in that moment, it's EM kick, EM kick, EM kick, EM kick, right? With still putting up like renewing mist, because remember the tier is going to splash all those EMs out to all of your renewing mist. Now, if you want to save efficiency and do more raw HPS over the course of the fight, I think it's going to be probably 2 stacks. That's my gut feeling. And I don't actually know if you would 3-stack it. Like, the more I'm thinking about it, yeah, the efficiency goes way up. I mean, the efficiency goes to infinity because they're free. And so I'm trying to think about what that would mean. It wouldn't be bad. I know that. It wouldn't be a bad decision. So if you blew your cooldown, you botched it, maybe, or some of the healer accidentally started healing during that moment, and there's just not that much to heal, just do a 3-stack GG. Right? Just do 3-stack EMs, make them free. They'll become instant cast too, which is nice. So you could use an invoke on the move, obviously. I think GG, doesn't it give like a movement speed increase? Makes you immune to movement and parrying effects. So yeah, you could always do a 3-stack if you're forced movement. There's a lot of like choice here, right? Casting on 1 stack, 2 stacks, or 3 stacks, and I think I leave that to you, the player, to decide. I could math it out, but that's just hours I don't have, because it's kind of complicated, because you have to do all the math, because you're doing more HP, you're getting more HPS in a burst window, ultimately using mana that you could have made free, and that's a massive equation. And yeah, also I'd have to do all the math for GG because haven't done it because I didn't bother because I didn't think it was going to be picked, right? So I have like GG healing done, but I don't have like what's GG rotations like look like, and then I have to do the math for each rotation, and then find out what the new mana conversion rate is with this build, and then find out, well, what does this mean? You know, what could have that mana turned into? And it's just, I think it generally will come down to HPS versus efficiency, and that you should choose that. Yeah, always cast at least on 3 stacks. Obviously, it's free, right? So yeah, guys, I think this is the build now. Oh yeah, I should mention one more thing. You probably take Spirit of the Crane now, because if you think about it, during the main moments you were burst healing, was to just spam EMs during the old Yulon. But now you've got GG, and these are going to be considerably cheaper already, so there wouldn't be much sense to waste your Mana Tea during that moment. Now you could still take Mana Tea and use it during like Lust, or maybe in combination with like a Haste Trinket or something, to be able to spam a bunch of EMs, just because you know they're going to cleave onto the Renewing Mist really well. And so that, again, I think this is a switch talent. This is up to you guys, right? I think it's obviously a million times easier just to play Spirit of the Crane. Just focus on kicking on the boss, get your blackout kicks in, resetting your stuff, you know. I think the more haste you get, it makes an argument for Spirit of the Crane probably, because you're going to get a lot more blackout kicks in. But yeah. So now you can kind of go back and forth between these two. Oh yeah, it's always G Torpedo, because you're probably going to take that finesse talent where you get extra rolls. So this is what it's looking like. Obviously you can take whatever you want for 35. I think this is the build. I mean, you can kind of take whatever you want for 40. I don't have strong opinions about this stuff, right? If there's magic, take diffuse magic. If it's not, just take dampen harm. And if you're and PvP, I think Healing Elixir is broken or something. Not sure about that. I don't really PvP. Yeah, this is it. And then, you know, the caster build, I don't really want to even talk really too much about the caster build, because I think the caster build, if you're watching this, you probably care enough about healing, that if you care enough about healing, the caster build is probably not going to do it anymore. I think it's in a weird place. it would like almost still want to take Chi-Ji just because Chi-Ji is kind of really good now, but it doesn't want to. So then it could take like Evoker's Delight with Legendary and play the old style. So it could still do okay, but yeah, I think you're gonna get beat about by 25%. So if that's fine with you, then that's chill. Just if you really don't want to have to be kicking, you're still gonna kind of want to be in melee though, because you'll have to be using Refreshing Jade Wind if you're not gonna take the Crane. And Refreshing Jade Wind is just around you, so you're either gonna be stacking with the raid, or you're gonna have to be where the only place a raid does stack when they're not stacked, and that's melee. If that made any sense. So, and my quick video somehow managed to turn in 10 minutes already. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I fucked up. Hopefully we fixed it. I'm getting a little overwhelmed with all these changes, and I'm missing some things, and so I'm trying to take Paladin very slowly. Not that I have the most time, but yeah, this was a 1 hour deviation, unfortunately, but hey, here it is. Okay, thanks for watching.